See that every person who is at the helm, he or she would like to perpetuate whatever he or she would like to, would like posterity to know. So Mrs. Gandhi wanted, the entire period to be Nehru followed by Indira Gandhi. So this was a little blip in the thing. So she just wanted to cut it out. She wanted to show that she's a successor to Nehru rather than a successor to Shastri. But the fact is that there was a major difference between the thought process of Nehru and the thought process of Shastri.
Right.
You see, so Nehru was all for centralized planning. Nehru was all for for large construction. I mean large projects and things. Nehru was more into the theoretical socialism, but Shastri was a more practical man. Shastri was looking at grassroots level issues. So in many ways, Shastri was gradually bringing about liberalization in the Indian economy, which Mr. Nehru was not very fond of. In fact, अगर हम 58-59 की कांग्रेस की बात करें तो उसमें उन्होंने कलेक्टिव फार्मिंग, कोऑपरेटिव फार्मिंग की बात की नेहरू ने. वो तो चरण सिंह ने बीच में बड़ा सॉलिड अपोज किया उनको. So Nehru was an ideologue. I mean, and he had a certain view in which he felt that the state, in its might, like in the case of Soviet Union, can bring about the transformation of Indian economy. Shastri's views were quite different. In fact, he said that we have to reduce the size of the third plan, the size of the fourth plan. He opened up a lot of industrial. He did want to open up entrepreneurship. So, but Mrs. Gandhi again reversed all that. So Mrs. Gandhi wanted to show that she is a successor to Nehru, not a successor to Shastri. Therefore, she liked to highlight Nehru all over again. जब मैं academy में भी director था, तब भी मैंने realize किया कि हमारी अपनी library में शास्त्री जी के ऊपर 8, 10, 12 किताबें, जबकि उनके बनिस्बत में and no disrespect to either Mr. Nehru or to Mrs. Gandhi, but the number of books that have been written about them, the documentation that has been done on Mr. Nehru and Mrs. Gandhi and subsequent some prime ministers has been tremendous. And Mr. Shastri was a person who came from a very humble background, rose to the highest position, and his life is a prime example of what you can achieve by sticking to your principles. And he was sticking to his principles from a very early childhood. From a very early childhood, he dropped the name, his family name Verma, when he was just about 11 years old. It required a great courage at that time. He quit the education system at the age of 17 at the call of Mahatma Gandhi. Not an easy job. He went on his, he protested when his uncle decided to cook a pigeon, which he had rescued, and said that I will not, because you had promised that you will not eat up this pigeon. Now I won't eat food. So उनका एक बहुत ही it's a principled approach रही है. When he resigned from the railways, when he took positions which were absolutely ethical, his conduct in jail. So all these are very important learning lessons which I think are very important for this generation to understand. He is a person who's, I think he needs to get a much greater space in the minds of people. Now the beginnings of Green Revolution he started. ये जो आनंद पैटर्न, जो अमूल आज जो दुनिया भर में जो ब्रांड बना है, it's all again started because of him. BSF जो इस समय दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी border guarding force है, that is his contribution. Even CBI is his contribution. The Administrative Reforms Commission was set up by him. So the number of institutions, जो CACP, जो आज जो किसान जो MSP की बात कर रहे हैं, जो he did not announce it, but he was very clear कि एक साइंटिफिक फार्मूला होना चाहिए जिससे पता लगे कि किस क्रॉप का क्या दाम होना चाहिए. तो ये कमीशन ऑन एग्रीकल्चर कॉस्ट एंड प्राइसिंग, ये जो FCI का जो शुरुआत हुई, और रेलवेज में जो रेलवे गार्डिंग फोर्स को RPF बनाया गया. So these are all remarkable institutional measures which he brought about for the country. And another thing, he was the one who changed the narrative of nuclear policy also in this country. उससे पहले तक था कि वाजपेयी जी ने ट्रिब्यूट दी थी. उससे पहले ये था कि हम कभी नहीं परमाणु bum बनाएंगे, and Shastri ji changed it from kabhi nahi to abhi nahi, right? So that itself was a major significance. In fact, he spoke after the Chinese explosion of the nuclear bomb. He said, it is not that we don't have the technical competence to make it, but we have decided that as of now, we are hoping that the world will step in and will exercise due restraint insofar as the nuclearization of polity is concerned.